Good morning, everybody. Drew with Drew's Roofing and Home Repair. Okay. Pretty new, actually almost brand new, modular. Modular homes have a hinge up there at the top. The last 4 feet is done later. So they'll shingle these things in the factory all the way up to the hinges. When they set up the house, another crew comes in and finishes off the top. The problem with doing that is you have different factory runs. If any roofer listening here will know what I'm talking about as far as the run. To the other side of the house where the sun is shining directly on it, so you can actually see that line that goes across the top. We'll zoom in, look at that. So what you end up with is the shingles that came in from the factory at the bottom, and then after the house is set up, another crew coming in taking care of the top. The problem with that is shingles have lot numbers, and these lot numbers are never going to match, because I mean, this house might have been built in Fayetteville, but the crew here doesn't have the same shingles apparently, because they don't match at all. This side here, this roof has some bad dips in it, mainly in this just one spot. Let's see if we can capture this on camera. I'm sorry about that. See if we got some dips. Look at that. That is a huge dip. And it's here too, right there. Look at that big dip. And then you got a nail pop sticking up over here. But that's a big dip right there. And then another one right above it, where it has the shingles looking really messed up. I'm not sure what they need to do there, but it definitely looks like it could use something. Yeah, look at that. You can just see it. This is a brand new house. Not sure what they're thinking. Anyways, the real problem is in the back. Okay, this will make every roofer cry. Right here, see that? You see where the nails are? You see where it's nailed? Well, it plainly says on the package that it's supposed to be nailed in between these two lines. That's acceptable. In between the two lines. So in other words, do not pass that top line, because you will not be into the other shingle. When you nail this together, your nail needs to be a minimum, and never even higher. You really want to be lower than that nail, because they're requesting between the lines, okay? This was obviously not nailed that way. It was done with a nail gun. And therefore, no matter what you set your pressure for, it's going to probably shoot right straight through the shingles. And another side, they nailed this one at the max height, that one at the right height, but no. And there's not a nail at the end. So that's another no. There's always supposed to be a nail within 2 inches of the end. Okay, and this is the rake run. They didn't put any nails. So the wind, got a hold of that, pulled it straight off, just like that. Okay. The wind, and no nails at all. On the outside, supposed to be 2 inches. 2 inches is about that, so that's the max. So they're short there. Okay. No nail out here, but it wouldn't even matter if they'd nailed it out there at the edge, because the requirement is between these two lines. So anyways, absolutely wrong. If your roofer is nailing shingles on your roof like that, then you don't have a warranty when it comes to the shingles themselves. You just have to expect the homeowner is going to do the right thing and fix your roof. And this is not a little house. If they nailed them 3 like that, then is this house storm ready? No, we had a small little storm and the rake blew off. No nails on that outside edge. They have to be within 2 inches. So for me, I would probably want somebody to come out from the place that built this place, and have them do spot checks on that roof to see if the whole thing's like that. I'd probably make them do both sides, and not to mention the front definitely needs something. But these shingles are even scary to walk on, because they could literally fall out from underneath you. And by the way, I'm not sure of the brand of this particular house at all. But another thing I want to just say real quick is, if you're putting a house like this together in a factory, whether it be Fayetteville, Greensboro, Charlotte, wherever it might be in North Carolina, they're building these things, there should always be enough left in the run to put with the house so it can be finished with the same color, because that is kind of ugly. Forgot to mention that pipe boot. Look where they did their first run. They didn't even cut around the pipe boot. Unbelievable. We all know if this roof is nailed like these shingles, number one, the warranty on the shingles is void. Number two, they will not hold up to a storm, ever. Let's say I'm walking up that roof on a cushion and the shingles that I'm walking on are nailed like the shingles there, then they're really not attached and they could actually come loose at any time. And the pressure from me sitting on a cushion could literally dislodge them things. The next thing you know, I'm on the ground. So I would definitely want to have two people with me to take care of this. You don't want to do a job like that alone. It could really get you in trouble. All right, so this is the whole front side of the house where they have the bad dips, basically over that doorway, and it's just ugly looking. The closer you get, the better you can see it. But you can definitely see that. It's like two different color shingles. What would you do if it was your house? If you don't mind leaving a comment down below. Would you want them to leave that or fix it? And if you had dips in your roof that are more than an inch in two places, look at that. Would you want that fixed? The other thing I'm concerned about is I didn't take any shingles off here. I don't know how it's nailed. If it's nailed like the back, this is definitely not hurricane ready. And we live in Brunswick County, North Carolina, hurricane central. Let me tell you, we live in a 110 mile an hour wind zone. That's not ready for 110 miles an hour. Them shingles should be ready for 130 miles an hour if nailed properly. What is my take on this whole thing? Before you buy a house, a modular, a trailer, or a shed, hire your own inspector. $125, $175, 200 bucks, I don't know, to do some inspecting on your house before you buy it. And these shingles have been nailed on improperly, at least what I've seen. By all means, make sure your builder, no matter whether it's a corporation or just your local home builder in your neighborhood, has good reviews on Google. That might help you out right there. Google reviews are great. That lets people know how the guy did on the last job. One of the first things I'd probably look for is whoever manufactured this house. What do the past homeowners, what are their experiences? Were they good? Were they bad? Because that might make a difference in the house that you choose to buy. Not to mention, have it inspected. These, you never know what you're gonna get. So hire your own inspector during the whole process, even pay him whatever it takes. I don't know what he's gonna charge you, but from the concrete slab to the framing of the house, to the roof and how it's nailed on, to the OSB or plywood on the exterior walls, how it's nailed on. I've got a few videos actually you can look back at that have some construction, oh my gods, and you're gonna have to be a member to watch them, but I do have a few membership videos that you can go back and watch. If you look down through my video list, you'll see them, and if you want to become a member, I'll be glad to have you. That is definitely not what you want to see when you're driving up to your brand spanking new house. That's just ugly. Why? It doesn't have to look like that. It doesn't have to look like that.